So we are back in the workshop, and I'm going to go out and pick up that RV tomorrow. And we've been talking a lot about it, and I think we're going to try to do a Skyrim themed refit. With stone floors, ceramic, which you're not supposed to put in an RV, but we're going to give it a try. And a themed look. So there'll be more about that design in the future. And I'm just so excited, and I can't pick up the RV till tomorrow, that I decided to make the quest marker for above the entry door. So I've cut it out, I've made a template, and now I'm going to cut it out of this piece of wood. I picked up this piece of tile, ceramic tile, for $1.85. So it's $1.85 a square foot. It's not used, it's not secondhand Smitty, but it's got the right look. And I wanted it to feel like stone, so I'm going to put ceramic tile into the camper. Now, as I understand it, this is a big no-no, because the campers, they flex and you hit bumps, and the floor whinges and flexes and cracks these. So the modern color scheme that we're going to do then is the light floor, the dark cabinets that are going to look like SKYRIM cabinets, like this picture, if I could get one. And then a brick backsplash, only we got to look out for weight. I'm going to spend a lot of weight on the floor itself because it's going to be actual ceramic. So I'm going to have to save some weight somewhere else. But then we're going to do a little bit of painting on the wall and parts of the floor with, like, for a little bit of the moss that you find, say, in the basement of your Vasker. So I've got some color swatches. I've got these greens that are going to highlight some of the brick. So there's going to be like this lichen, kind of light green in some of the cracks of the bricks. And then we're going to take a sponge and do a little sponging of colored green. And then we'll do a little bit of yellow highlight, and it'll look like moss on the bricks, like, or lichens, or like the hanging moss, the hanging lichens in the underground areas. Yeah. But it'll be artfully painted on the backsplash and in some other key areas, like in the bathroom and stuff, so that it looks like pretty wall. Yeah. Not slimy dungeon. Yeah. But you're gonna see slimy dungeon.
I like slimy dungeon.
It's your brother, Rob. What? What about him?
There's a feeling that you get when you're sitting in your own camper that you know you could live in happily. A sense of security, a sense of accomplishment. I got it home. There's problems with it. I mean, including what might be a cracked block. But I'm hoping it's just some other coolant leak somewhere or something. If I can get away with just replacing the radiator, I should be fine. This is a great camper, and it was a great price, and I'm very stoked to have it. And I just know that I could get out there on the open road and be happy. living in this. I don't want to be attached to a house anymore, anchored to my quarter acre or less. I feel like the American dream is a trap for me. You got to get to work to make the money to pay for the house, so you can have a house and a car to get to work, to pay for the car, to pay for the house, to get to work. And you work every day for somebody else, and you live in a house that you don't really own. On a 30-year mortgage, you don't own it. The bank does. You're just a tenant, responsible for the roof and the plumbing and the yard maintenance. You miss 1 or 2 payments and boom, no more, they come and take it from you. 30 years. Nobody works 30 years in a single job anymore. It's a trap. And this RV represents freedom from the trap. Freedom to go get a boat. To invest some money in this. To make it so somebody would want to trade me a boat for it. A liveaboard boat. Drive this down to Florida and live in it for a little while I'm looking for the right boat. But I think I could be happy here for months on end. I feel a small taste of that inner serenity. Nobody can ever take this away from me. Always have a roof over my head no matter what mistakes I make. What bad decisions, like buying an RV. Tell us about your spot.
Welcome. I have my own personal little palace within our RV. I've got a multitude of things, like my own little sunlight roof thing that'll pop up and I can let in some air. That'd be nice. I've got these 2 blinding lights. They're really nice. There are some things that need to be fixed, like this. It doesn't turn on. But this one does. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 windows with their own little curtains. And if I want some privacy, voila. Ow. There's that too. I also have my own little ladder. That's my room.
Like on the couch. Right along this edge. Right.
My shadow's only one that walks beside me. My shallow heart's the only thing that's beating. Sometimes I wish someone up there will find me. Till then I walk alone. I'm walking down the line that divides me somewhere in my mind, on the borderline of the edge and where I walk alone.
Hey, idiot! Step on any traps lately? Duh. Alright, so over here in the...
Have reached to discuss the ongoing hostilities, like the rest of the great warriors?
No. As the arcane enchanter, and this is what we're going to make the kitchenette area to look like. This is a troll face with the big sharp teeth and the third eye up here with some horns. Now there's a guy on Etsy making these full-size troll skulls. I messaged him about just making me a face, but I haven't heard back from him yet. So I have another skull, a Plan B. I'll show you a picture of that in the other video I do for planning this. And then this big crystal ball here is going to be an issue. But these are going to be cool. This is actually going to be fairly easy. I bought one that was too small already. So what I really need is about a 4.5-inch crystal skull to go up on top of here. Crystal ball to go up on top of the skull. And then these will be LED candles that are really not very expensive. I just have to get the 5 different sizes. These symbols on the table seem to be lit from underneath, and that is difficult. But I think I'll just go with some bright colored turquoise paint and lighten it up and try to actually recreate these symbols somewhere on that kitchenette. What's got me worried are these design elements right here. These dragon heads and this wing and all this scaled body artwork. Now, this drippy wax looks cool too. I don't know how in depth or how in detail I'm going to be able to go into this stuff. If you have any suggestions, I'd be happy to hear them. One thought I had was to do this maybe in like tile on a backsplash, but I don't know. I think it's going to have to be a paint thing. And this dark wood is going to give a nice dark look to that piece of furniture. Let's get out of here. Come on, Faendal. I don't talk to that guy anymore. Let's go see the house. Dun, dun. And this is the house we're going to name that camper after. This is Breezehome. Let's go inside. All right. So, this is Breezehome. Now, no, I'm not going to have a fire in the middle of my house. But, this cabinet in particular, these things, I've already making one of these. I ordered a nice big 13-inch. Now, here in VR, in your own little house, they look a lot bigger. But we've already got the piece of wood. I've just got to pick up the rope, find the feathers. We're going to make one of these for a wall inside the camper. Because everywhere you go in Skyrim, these things are all over the place. Sometimes they're alone. These woven bowls, they're called plate bowls. So they can be woven into a bowl like this or into a plate. And this big one with the wood and the feathers feels like home to me. Now this pottery, I've got my eye out for stuff that looks like this to try to use it, but at the end of the day, it's an RV, it's small, I'm not going to have big jugs like this, but we'll have a look around. But these flagons I have seen from time to time, flagons that look just like this, so definitely on the lookout for something like that. Faendal, move. Talk to
Still
Faendal.
here.
Need you to do something.
All right, what is it? What do you
Just
need?
sit in that chair.
Okay, got it.
Thanks, buddy.
Honored to see you again, my Fane.
Well, hi, Lydia. What are you doing here? Oh, that's right. She lives here.
Anything else?
All right, so this cabinet is going to be quintessential. It's the cabinets up above that I'm not going to pull out. I'm just going to rebuild them so they look like this and have these studs in them and these smaller studs and this kind of hardware. We're going to try to make all those upper cabinets look like these right here. And that's really just going to be a paint job. A dark paint, light ends. I'll use the natural lines of the cupboard to mimic this look as opposed to try to recreate these crosses. But this is definitely a key when it comes to the design elements that I'm going to be looking at. And the floor. So this is the stone floor that I'm talking about with this camper. And I wanted to use large tiles like this. But it's just dumb. Right now I'm in the middle of ripping that floor out. And the plywood, the subfloor is real wavy. And I think, and I've got to get down underneath the insulation and get that ripped out and find out why the floor is so wavy. I'm not going to turn around and put 12-inch square. I mean, these in Skyrim look like they're 1.5 feet. You know, they're almost a square, 2 feet almost, 2 foot square. So I think I'll do smaller ones. They'll flex better. It'll be easier to do on the floor, and it'll still look good. So that's going to be the kitchen and bathroom area, is this stone floor look. Hey. Why is that raw rabbit leg on the floor? That's so untidy. So old pewter flagons, tankards like these, old wine bottles like these, all of these are kind of items that I'll be looking for. There's a difference between how I live day to day and then how I dress it up for it to be shown. And then upstairs we'll go look at. See, these things are all over the walls. These things here, these woven basket plates. There's hexagonal shaped and round. I have one that looks very much like this right now. And then I'm going to do one of these. And this is something I'll make myself. The weapons plaque here. So we'll use that. And we'll put... I'll show you what that looks like. So let's put Dawnbreaker on it. Boom. So that looks huge. So there really isn't that kind of cupboard space. But I will get myself an actual Skyrim dagger of some kind and then make one of these that's the right size for it. Give me that. I like that sword. Look at this big one. Look at that. That's got 5 feathers on it. It's all huge there. Get my pointer back up here. See, here's 2. As you were. Lydia. There's my chest. Oh, and then to do a mask on the wall. We're going to use one of these masks. Now, I found some of them, but that'll be cool. That's very Skyrim. It's a Dragon Priest mask. It's going to be very cool. It's going to look great on the wall instead of an African mask. And believe it or not, I found on Etsy a guy making these sweet rolls. So there's definitely going to be one of those.
Honored to see you again, my thing.
And then wood floors in the... This is a cheap house. Wood floors in the front or salon area. And see, here's this cabinet again with that same... It's kind of in the dark. This is a tough one to see. So, a weapons plaque. And then my fold-out bed, I want to do a better than this, like, rotten wood looking. I'd like to do like a rough-hewn wood look that I build myself, which is easy to go on about saying how I'm going to do all this myself, and it's gratifying to think that I will, but it's tough. A lot of work. Another element that I'm looking at is this, just to sit somewhere in the camper, is one of these. They're small, but they're very obvious. This is the unusual gem. And you can see it's hovering and floating, which would be
tough to duplicate this effect, but just having it sit open with a big pretty gem in it like that and some kind of inner light would be fun to do. And I found one on Etsy, but it doesn't look right to me. Alright, so those are the basic design elements I want to incorporate. The enchanting table. See, now this is an alchemy table, not an enchanting table. It's got the alembic, old-time people that remember playing the Elder Scrolls before this will remember in Morrowind where you had to gather these items, and they were separate items. But now they're just sort of all put together here. I'm guessing it's kind of even a throwback, the burner and the alembic and all of this for the alchemy table. And I thought to do something like this in the bathroom, but the more I look at the design of that camper, it seems silly to me to have a sink in the bathroom literally in reaching distance of the sink in the kitchen. And I get that there's some reasons to have that, but to have two sinks like that, but man, it's just a huge amount of extra work in such a small space. It just doesn't seem necessary to have two sinks. But here again is that cabinet. See, with the big what do you call these? They're all like on horse saddles too, the big grommets or the big whatever. I'll find them in Hobby Lobby. And then just this basic design and color, this kind of dark, rich, burgundy hinted color, and that hardware. So this is Breezehome. So that's what we're going to turn the camper into. A few of these design elements in the camper, some small artifacts straight out of Skyrim, because without the Skyrim artifacts, it'll look like a good refit with maybe some questionable furniture choices. But I'll be able to take the skulls and so on out of the thing to increase its resale or trade value, except for the alchemy table. So I might need to rethink that whole situation. I can make him rear up. Oh! He works again! Yay! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's trouble. He sees me. Here we go. Well, let's make sure our best shout. Yeah. This farm's gonna get wiped out if I fight this dragon here. Yeah, get him, Fang Dog. I see you in pieces! Bastard, I thought. Where is this dragon going? Boom, boom. Uh-oh. Yeah! Use your breath weapon on me, baby. Have an argument about it. Let Savushro die, baby. Oh, who's he attacking up there? Frost Dragon. Boom! Fang Dog, get out of there, stupid! How is that cow going? Oh, I might need some bigger arrows. Go with those. Oh, he wiped out way up there. Whoa, look at that skid. It's gone. Where'd my horse go? Ah. Oh, I'm coming. Look at the skid is all glitched up into the air. That's hilarious. Hi-ho. Silver, let's go get him, baby. This is Cicero. We'll talk to him in a minute. He's also getting worked in the camper. Where are you going? Booyah! Whoa! A little Dawnbreaker action. Oh, shit! Not working out. A little healing, if you please. Thank you very much. Let's get that shield up. Back. Well, flame suppression shields is going to have to do. Oh, baby. Oh! All of that work for nothing. Dead.